Honestly, if this isn't giving you 2016 beauty guru, I don't know what is. I thought I'd jump on here today and show you guys my signature soft glam. This has become like my little trademark. Whenever I have a client coming in saying, do whatever you want, this is the look that I go to. When I have a client come in saying, I want soft glam, this is what I do. It is very soft and neutral, but it's really, really flattering on like so many different people. I think we're just gonna send it, honestly. And I thought in the meantime, I would just catch you guys up on everything that's been going on. Start off with the Ole Henriksen Dark Spot Toner. We tend to use this a lot on people, especially if they come in with like makeup or a lot of skincare on. Like we take that shit straight off. So if you're going to get your makeup done, don't bother lathering up your skincare because we're not using it. We don't really know how our products are going to integrate with your skincare. Who the f knows what you put on before you came in. Embryolase Late Creme Concentrate. Every single celebrity makeup artist uses this on every single celebrity that you've ever seen ever. So at the time of filming this, we are in February. Chinese New Year is here. It is now the year of the fire horse. Tunnel vision, go, go, go. It's go time. Last year was Year of the Snake, which is all about shedding, getting rid of like old patterns and old relationships and connections and people and shedding all the shit in your life, basically. Alright, so what did I write down that I want to chat about? So the beginning of this year was definitely very, very tricky for me. I'm not gonna lie. As you guys would have seen in my previous videos, the burnout was real. I did not know which way was up. I was so disconnected from my body and disconnected from reality that I was literally just getting through the end of last year. It was just survival mode. And obviously I've done videos talking about it, so I don't really need to like harp on about it too much. Right now, mentally, I would say I'm doing okay. I'm now gonna cream contour the eye using the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Chai. I guess I'm still just kind of dealing with like the residual aftermath of burning out so hard. Like I didn't realize how bad it actually was until my psych was like, we need to up your medication. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So right now I'm just kind of focusing on my wellness. I know that sounds really like cringe and people are probably gonna listen to that and be like, oh, f me, here we go. Like he's gonna start talking about being a healer or some shit. I'm not Michelle Phan, it's fine. But I'm just really trying to like learn this year to slow down, take the back seat when I need to, and know that everything's gonna work out. Know that everything is fine, everything's gonna work out, everything is okay. It's so weird because first building your business, you are the jack of all trades. You're doing everything. It's about controlling every single aspect of your business. But when you are scaling, it's about letting go of all of that control. It is the biggest head you will ever go through. And I don't like to think that I'm a control freak. I'm definitely not a micromanager. I can't stand when people are like breathing down my neck while I'm trying to do winged eyeliner. Like I have trauma from my MAC days. Trying to learn that there's a difference between being busy and being aligned. And that is a very hard bridge to gap. Is that the right saying? I don't even know. And I think one of the biggest things for me this year is not go a million miles an hour while still growing. Of course, things could be better. Of course, there's so much, room for improvement. But you know what? I'm healthy, I'm happy, and I have amazing people around me. It's actually crazy, this whole Year of the Horse thing. I didn't really know too much about it until like a month ago. Oh, actually, since probably like New Year's when everyone was talking about like next year's Year of the Horse, Year of the Horse. Because the last disconnection that happened for me was quite literally February 16th, the night before the Year of the Snake ended. I don't know. It's been a hard year. And I don't know, the way that things just happen, so weird and unexplainable to me sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, holy shit. If that wasn't God protecting me, I honestly don't know what was. Whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in. If you believe in nothing, even better, whatever. So we have officially hit 3 years since opening our doors. That was on the 7th of February. And I didn't even realize, honestly, until the day of. And someone's like, how long have you been here for now? And I was like, 3 years. And it feels like it's been forever and a day in the best way possible, but it also feels like we only opened like 5 minutes ago. The amount of transformation that has happened in these walls, like the way that this business is run now, I cannot even explain to you how different it is compared to when we first opened. Like, it's insane. This place is a machine. I actually was watching a Layla Hormozy video. It was like, when your business gets bigger, it's like you're operating the Titanic, right? You're no longer operating a rowboat, you're now operating a Titanic. You can't row a Titanic. Like, it's a machine. It takes a village of people to keep that shit running. And that's literally how I feel about my business now, even though we're only at like, I think there's 6 of us working here now. And at the moment, I'm like, you know, looking at hiring even more people. So like, be sure to keep an eye on our Instagram or my Instagram, because that's where we're going to be posting everything first, and everything goes up on Seek as well. I remember like it was yesterday when we opened and Dee and I were at the front and we were like, okay, so like what do we do? I was like, I don't know, Dee, like let's just clean and make sure this place is immaculate. I think the first week that we were open, I think I had 5 or 6 appointments. Times were tough, and I just made enough money to be able to pay Denisha. Like, I didn't even have any money for like bills and all of this other shit that comes along with it. Like, it's just like, we didn't even have doors in our treatment rooms because they were delayed. We didn't even have like a proper like waiting area at the front. It was just like 2 chairs and a little coffee table that my dad and I made out of travertine pavers. It's a TikTok coffee table from Bunnings, and we glued them together. It was so grassroots, like from the bottom, now we're here kind of situation. But like, it's just so, like when I think back to those days, I'm just like, we just had so much fun. And we still do. Now, more people, more money, more problems, right? As our team continues to just grow and grow, it just gets more and more fun. Like, it's the best. Now that I finished like the smoky part of the eye, I'm just gonna grab a little more of the P. Louise base. Even though I have set my eyelid, I don't want to cut the crease. I just want to create a little bit of like a tacky base for the lid shade. And I'm just gonna blend and buff that out a little bit. I'm gonna use NW10 Studio Fix powder by MAC, and I'm gonna use that to set, and this is gonna be my lid shade. Plans for this year. I don't even know if I really should talk about my plans for this year, to be honest, because I believe in the evil eye, but I also believe that I make my own destiny, no one else does at the same time, so it, whatever. Quite a big year in terms of scaling. There's a lot in the works right now, and there's a lot of people, there's a lot of chatter, having conversations with people who are basically where I want to be, and me being like, how do I get there? But then also recognizing where some people are and being like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be them. I don't want to have as much money as they do. I don't want to have as much responsibility as they do. Like, I feel like there's a fine line. I think when you're a business owner, the goal is to always just grow. But you've also got to kind of think, how big is too big? I don't want to lose track of who I am or my integrity. I don't want to lose the people around me because I'm just so focused in on work. Like, work is work, and work will make me money, and work will give me the opportunity to live comfortably. But it's not everything. And now that I'm, I guess, like at a certain point in my career, I'm like recognizing that more and more. I'm recognizing that my time is my biggest asset. What I choose to spend that time on and who I choose to spend that time with is so important. You need to be around the right people if you want to do good things, or if you want to get to the next level. Like, you need to be around those people. And I really want to be so open and transparent with you guys about like how much it costs to run a business. Just go over everything you guys may have questions about. Give me a minute. I haven't done an eyeliner in a second, alright? Oh, I love a brown liner. And no, we're not doing a wing. I know. Should I bring old Jacob back into a winged liner? This is the Kylash. And don't worry, these are mascaras that I only use on myself. Like, I really can't stress to you guys how transformative of a year last year really was for me. I started working with this incredible marketing agency who basically taught me how to run my own ads. I don't run any Google ads, we mainly just run Meta. It's just insane how much of a difference running ads has actually made. At the time of filming this, like, yeah, I've got 20K on Instagram, I've got 20K on YouTube, but like, my followers are everywhere. They're all over the world. They're not all centralized in Melbourne, Australia. So to convert people is like one thing, but then to like try and like get your audience over the line who do live in Melbourne is also quite hard. Like, it's not easy. But by running ads, and I'm sure if you guys live in Melbourne, you're sick of seeing my face, made the biggest difference. Last year, I still had my fit out loan, ended up paying off the entire thing just last year alone. We're still not at full capacity yet in terms of staff. I can probably hire another 2 or 3 people. I will definitely be doing that over the next little bit. Oh, wait, hold on. Should I do a really big off lash, or should I do like a little half lash? I think we're gonna bring it back. I've got Naomi's. I've got a pair of Naomi's, you guys. And these were my first lashes that I ever launched when I came out with my brand. My God, this is giving 2016. Holy shit. I'm kind of obsessed. Oh, actually, maybe a pair of these will look really pretty. These are literally from Amazon. Such beautiful, beautiful styles. The big lashes were very, very 2017, 2018. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. I think that just like lifts my eye. We're gonna go with these. And they're all cruelty free as well, which is amazing. But mine no longer being restocked, so RIP. Product development in like e-commerce. Whole other ball game. I'm not ready to dive back into just yet. Don't worry, I have some ideas, stuff that I want to do, and I will get to it. But now more than ever, I just really like to take my time with things. I don't like to rush my decision making. I don't like to rush into things just because they feel exciting at the time. Like, I'm very good when it comes to that level of discipline, when it comes to making decisions for the business. But at the same time, in my personal life, I do allow myself to be a little impulsive because I have to be very calculated when I'm working, you know what I mean? Brings me to my hand tattoo. No, I'm kidding, this wasn't impulsive at all. I've actually been wanting this for like years. I made a little vlog on Insta, go and watch it, it's really cute. My best friend is a tattoo artist, so if you guys are in Albury, make sure you guys go and check her out. So we had one of our other best friends' graduations, so I was like, while you're down here, can you give me my hand tattoo? She's like, yeah, let's do it. So this is my hand tattoo. We've got XIXI down here, which is 1111. We have a sunrise and the moon, and there's just a few other like little trinkets and like little bits and bobs. I've always loved hand tattoos so much. I've always thought that was so beautiful. The art of henna, I think, is just so intricate and incredible and beautiful. So I just wanted to like decorate my hands. So this year, definitely I think moving into more of a CEO operator role in my company. Yes, we are a company now, okay, yeah. I didn't realize how much work goes into starting a company and all of the changes you have to do. Oh my God. I was like, oh, this will take me like a week. Like, I've got some spare time. This was like September last year. I was like, I've got some spare time. I need to do it anyway, especially if I want to, you know, like start looking into investors and that kind of thing, like into the business. Like, they're going to want to with people who are companies, not sole traders, because there's way too much risk involved. And there we go, one lash is on. And the reason why I'm moving into more of a leadership role, I have to keep this place running. What I've realized over the last 6 months is that I need to be there for my staff. I need to be able to troubleshoot if things go wrong. I know the ins and outs of every single treatment that goes on in this studio. And so if I have a new staff member and like my other girls are in treatment, I need to be able to be there for my staff if they need help, if there's any issues. Honestly, not that there ever is, but I think what the studio is needing is someone that is not in treatment, because otherwise I'm literally like locked in a little treatment room doing brow tattoos like all day, every day, and like that's not good for anyone. So I just feel like taking a small step back on that and potentially by the end of this year being completely off the tools. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know what that would even look like. I think that that is what it may need to happen. That way I can just focus on running this place to the best of my ability and also taking back some of my decision fatigue that I experience. And at the same time, I'm also trying to like juggle my own clients and my calendar. I think part of me is still wanting to be booked out of, I have this like fear that when I'm not booked with clients, I'm not going to be needed. And I know that I need to get the over that in order to scale. And I have some people in my corner right now who are wanting to really help me get to that next level. So I find myself sitting on things and meditating on things and journaling on things before I make any decisions. And I think that's obviously the smartest thing that you can do, right? Is take a second and like reassess and see if that's where you want things to go. Oh, should I use face tape? I don't think I've ever used face tape before on myself. All right, let's use it. I'm like right in between shades, aren't I? So many artists that I know have this in their kit, and it is for a reason. It is such a beautiful foundation, and it's like not the most expensive, but it gives the most beautiful finish. One thing that I literally have not been able to do is to even just have staff meetings, like monthly staff meetings. I mean, because like we kind of just like update each other on like what's going on as we kind of just go, right? If I feel like someone's a little bit off or whatever, I'll pull them aside and be like, hey, like what's going on? I haven't actually had a chance to like sit down with my staff and be like, okay, cool, so this is what we're actually bringing in. We need to focus on X, Y, and Z. Like, and not to say that everything needs to be a meeting, because it doesn't, and I know how annoying that is, especially when your boss calls a meeting over like something that could have just been a email. I'm not that person. See how I can support them, or maybe they feel like they don't have the opportunity to be able to come to me for things, like whatever it might be. So I'm going to use the shade Caramel to cream contour. This is another Too Faced Born This Way concealer. So weight loss update while we're at it. So we are now a year and a half post-op. Wild. We're like a year and 5 months. Right now I am down 57 kilos, which is kind of crazy. It's a little bit too much for me. It's a little bit too much. I would have been happy if I stayed around the 76 to 77 kilo range. I'm now weighing 70. And like your body will eventually stop losing weight. It's not like I'm gonna waste away into nothing. Like that's not how our bodies work, right? And here's the thing. Everyone thinks that I'm trying to lose weight. I am not. I'm eating everything, obviously eating smaller portions of everything. Hello, that's the whole point of the surgery. But everyone thinks, oh my God, you need to stop losing weight, stop losing weight, stop trying. It's like, bitch, I'm not fucking. It gets to a point where it's like, wow, you bitches used to call me too fat behind my back and to my face, and now I'm too skinny. That's That's you're for that. One extreme to the other, you know? The Nakia Joy cheeky liquid blushes are so good. This is Promiscuous. Promiscuous girl, wherever you are. Promiscuous boy, already know what you're waiting for. Alright, shut the up, Jacob. I'm gonna apply this kind of all over where I pop that contour, because I'm gonna pop concealer down and it's gonna cover a lot of this up. It's actually crazy that I used to sit here, not here, but like in front of the camera. And I used to just do this all day, every single day I used to film. I would film makeup tutorials and I would post them on Instagram and I would make them go viral. 2017, man, that was the year of clickbait. The clickbait was off the chains. I think I got like a chef's knife and I held it up to like a Jeffree Star highlighter and everyone like fisted themselves over that video. Okay, let's talk about dating. Yeah, that's been interesting. December last year, I got out of the shortest relationship I've ever been in. I wasn't able to show up the way that he kind of deserved. So I was like, I gotta go. This isn't fair on you, I gotta go. That's kind of where that's been at. I am back on the dating apps, Tinder, and oh my God, I got onto Raya. I know, like who the am I a celebrity? No. It's very interesting. The scope of people on Raya are a lot more boring. Like Tinder, there's some banter. Hinge, there's, you know, your prompts. Raya is very much like rich networking kind of situation. Obviously people meet for like love on Raya, but I've realized that Raya is actually what a lot of people use just for networking, because you don't get just shown people in like your general vicinity. You get shown people in other countries. It's weird. I haven't been on any dates yet. Not for any reason. I have been asked on a few, but like I'm just trying to get my head in the right place before I go and like date anyone. You know what I mean? And the truth is, whether you're on dating apps, whether you're not, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're no one, men are always knocking at our door, right? Like they are. We just need to decide whether we're gonna answer or not. And right now, I'm not answering. I'm not even answering a text. Honestly, it's very bad. I know that I've spoken about this in like previous videos, but like my perfectionism trait and how that bleeds into my relationships, I definitely am working on that. That is all that I want to do for creams. So I'm gonna go ahead and set Ben Nye Banana Light, only using a very small amount because I just want to set the hot spots, right? But yeah, going back to like relationships and just like the year of the snake and how true that has rung for me. It's just crazy how much my personal relationships have changed over the last like few months. There are people who I thought that I would be close with forever who have just vanished. There are people who I have been close with for a very long time who have also vanished into thin air. So I'm learning to, I guess, like lean on my support network, people who are in my chosen circle, my chosen family. And it's not easy, let me tell you. Going through the shit fest that I've been going through with people and relationships and friendships, yeah, I really don't know how to word it. It's just, it's really hard. Another thing that may be on the cards for me this year is moving out on my own, doing my own thing. Here in Australia, especially in like a European family, you don't move out until like you're married. Like that's just how it is. Like you don't really need to, unless your family's and you gotta get out, then like that's a whole other situation. But like you don't move out and go to college elsewhere abroad or in a different state. Like everyone pretty much stays where they are until they're like moving out with a partner. Like I said, unless I have a really shitty family, then like that's a completely different story. But something that I've been like, I guess flirting with is moving out on my own, and it's been something that I've been like wanting to do for a while. Do I think I'm ready for it? Not right this second, but I know that give me like a few months, I will be. But I think by the end of this year, before I hit 30, I definitely want to be in like my own space. And it's not because I don't love my family, it's not because I don't love my parents, whatever. I'm ready to like dive into the next phase of my life, being more independent. That also means like branching out a little bit more. And here's the thing, I was talking about how like owning and running a business is so lonely at times. It really can be. All of my best friends are teachers. My best friend Kate, who tattooed my hand, obviously runs her own business, so I can, you know, really relate to her on that. But you know, she doesn't like live super close. My other best friend Connie, she is like moving up to Cairns. So it can be really lonely running a business, I guess, at the scale that I am on my own. And so I really want to focus more on building a network for myself, people who are like-minded. And I think moving out on my own will force me to be more social, and it will force me to build that circle of people that much more, because I'm not just relying on the background noise of people being at home to like self-soothe or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like when you open up to the universe and you say, all right, I'm surrendering, like whatever's meant to come my way, let it come my way. Put yourself out there. I really do believe that it comes back to you tenfold. And so I think that's where I'm heading towards the end of this year, which is really exciting and very nerve-wracking. And it's not to say that like I'm gonna be alone forever, because I'm not. I know I'm not. I have so much love to give, and I know that I'm a good person. Like I'm not an asshole. I'm gonna find someone and they're gonna be the most incredible person ever, and I'm gonna build a life with that person, and I can't wait for that day. But until then, it's like, I'm gonna pop on a little bit of setting spray. This is a Mecca Max Life Proof. I think with all of this personal growth that I'm, you know, coming to, where there is a lot of action taking, there's an equal amount of reaction. And I'm trying to like identify some of my patterns and really work on those, especially like my obsessive patterns. Like I tend to lock in on something that really doesn't need to be locked in on. And that could mean so many different things. Like I just bought a new fucking car, and I was an absolute mess for like 4 days. I struggled to even come into work because I quite literally was just, I was a mess. For me, I know that comes from like fear of the unknown, fear, like lack of control. It's all anticipatory anxiety, I've noticed for me. Let me get some fucking water in this hair. Is that better? Does that look, it looks the same, doesn't it? Yeah. And with all of these amazing things that are happening and all the challenges that come with it, I always have to remind myself that today's problems were yesterday's dream. Last year, a year ago, 3 years ago, like 3 years ago before I opened this place, I could have only dreamed that I had more than 2 staff members. I could have only dreamed that I'd be able to buy myself a brand new car. I don't take that for granted for a second, you know what I mean? And sometimes when you're in such a state of go, 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 it's very easy to lose sight of that. It's very easy just to forget about that. I always try and just remind myself to stay present. I always go back to this saying like, you gotta stop expecting you from other people. And like the let them bullshit, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of Mel Robbins, okay? I think she definitely makes some really good points sometimes, but some of the shit she talks about, I'm just like, shut the f up. However, the let them theory is exactly that. Let them. And I've realized over the last 3 to 6 months of going through shit with people, sometimes you have to step away for people to realize how great of a person you actually are. I'm not saying this to like blow smoke up my own ass. I know it sounds very self-aggrandizing. I'm not trying to be like that at all. Fortunately, some people need your lack of presence to realize how much of a presence you actually were in their life. Like I said in my 2026 ins and outs video, I am meeting people exactly where they meet me this year. And with that, I think we're done. I think the cheek is a little bit warm. I definitely could have used a bit of a cooler tone contour, but it's been a minute since I've done a full B, and here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I know this is a very, very, very long video, but I thought I'd just come on here and give you guys a little update of where I'm at mentally, spiritually, physically, things that have happened this year so far. Getting a new car was not even on my card for this year. Well, it kind of was. Like, I hoped it was, but like I didn't even think it was gonna happen as easily and as quickly as it did. In the next video, I'm definitely gonna be a lot more, you know, like I usually am. I was just wanting to like sit here and ramble with you, so thanks for watching.